much to recruit right now. Um, I gotta just chill for a second, so I'm gonna find somebody for you guys to find you guys a good home right now. Somebody I can trust with you awesome, loyal to the soil people. You guys are amazing. Thanks. Let me see. Who could I send you guys to? If you guys want to stick around, you know, awesome. If you guys don't want to, I totally understand. Let's see here. Let's find out who is awesome right now. Who is awesome?
Hello, hello, hello. Let's go play some baseball, boys. Haven't played this in forever. All right. We're going to play some baseball tonight, boys. Haven't played in a long time. Just getting everything set up. So we're going to continue our season here, our first season. 16-8, first place. Only a half game lead over the Machos. So we got our work cut out for us. We got 6 games left. Trying to get our division title here. Got a 40-point lead and our 40-run differential lead. So if we tie, we're still in good shape. So anyway, we'll get in here. Let's slide over here on this other side. It's hard to see. Hello, 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 everybody. Yeah, Daniel's ready for some baseball. George, that was a great comeback. I was just quiet. I was just going to watch and see if you could get all the way back. You got all the way back and got screwed by EA again. So what can I say? Season's not over, man. You'll get your natty chance, and probably this year. So just take care of Florida, and you're good to go. Hello, everybody. For those of you that haven't seen this game before, this is Super Mega Baseball. It is an arcade-looking game. I'll come out here. Thank you, Jimmy. We have this team made up of streamers. Almost everybody on this team is a streamer. And we'll come in here and refresh. So we're the Diamonds. We're over here in the Syndicate Conference. 16-8. First place, half game lead over the Machos. But we have a 40-run differential difference between us and the Machos. And the difference in the runs is the tiebreaker. It doesn't matter what you did head-to-head. So all we have to do is tie the Machos and we get first place. And I think we'll play them in the first round anyway. So that's where we are there. First season. And we'll go into the roster. I'll show you all the players. I just added Revamp tonight as one of the pitchers. So let's get into my... Well, we'll look at the schedule. So schedule, we got on the mound for the first game, we have St. Breezes against the Flex. Then we have Mr. September against the Venom. Panda Slayer against the Croc Daddies. And Revamped is going to face the Gorillas. So I'm not sure how many games we'll play tonight. But we'll finish this regular season between tonight and tomorrow morning. I'm going to get back on and play this in the morning. So yeah, there you are, Revamped. You're in there. You're my number 4 starting pitcher right now. Let me go to the roster so you can see everybody and what they look like, because it's really cool. I tried to get everybody as close as I could. Here's the team. Very bright colors. Here you go. You guys can see the team. Who's that guy in the middle with the black hair and a big beard? That looks like 49er, doesn't it? Yeah. So we have 9 Lou in right field. We'll go in and look at it this way. There's Lou. I got to change him. I have to add his beard and his long hair. I'll do that in a minute. Let me look at everybody else. Here's Q. Killed. She's our left fielder. JT Gaming is a stud at second base, our best player. Crime Dog McGruff, my favorite player, was Fred McGriff, so I put him at first base. Grim is he splits time between center field and DH. Coach Kurtz, one of our backup infielders. Awesome. It's a great game too, Mr. Murder. I like this over MLB The Show. I'm just tired of the Mutt and Diamond Dynasty focus over the gameplay. That's me playing third base. This is a backup catcher that's available for anybody. I can make it. I can make it male or female, so it doesn't matter. Cincy Bowen is our shortstop. Jimmy's our fast center fielder. Here's 49er George. He's our catcher. Big power hitter. Lollipops is also available. Stoner Gamers are backup first base DH. Breezes with the hair is on the mound starting our first game. Panda Slayer is one of our other pitchers. Here's Mr. September, another starting pitcher. Just made Revamped. Look at that. This guy's available too, this relief pitcher. Then we got Amanda Nunez, because everybody likes her so much from the football, we put her in baseball. These two guys, Jay Boney and Dottery Crib, are two guys from Tips for Gamers. This looks just like Dottery. Can you be David Von Rye? So, EJ, I can put you in the game. That's not a problem. So these two guys are, that's how George and Lou and I met, was through Tips for Gamers. They were streaming NCAA 14, and I had watched Tips for Gamers for 2 years to learn how to play Madden, get better at Madden. Lou, we got to change you, man. Got to change the hair. I already know which one I want. Obviously, got to change the hair color. So let me get in here and create you the best I can. Where's the really long hair? There we go. Yeah, George, his is dank. I'll fix his hair color and skin color in a minute as soon as I get the full beard. I think it's one of the early ones. There we go. And I think it's here. Got to change your skin so you're not so olive looking. There you go. It's even got your glasses. Alright, let me get in and play a game first. I can create more guys here in a minute. I want to get into the game, show you guys. This is our team. And stats. JT Gaming leads with 10 home runs. Cincy Bowen with 9. 9 Lou's been on fire. He had 4 home runs in his last My last stream, he hit 4 home runs. 49ers got 7. Killed has 5. See JT, and since you're killing on RBIs, Stoner's hitting 400, but he only has 55 at bats, so JT's really leading. Come down here, Breezes just threw a 2-hit shutout his last game. Had a no-hitter into the 7th. September's 3-1. Panda Slayer's 1-4. Some of these games are simmed, so that's why their stats aren't good across the board, because I sim some games just to make it go a little bit faster. Anyway, yes, I want to save changes. So, thank you for the lurk, Panda. You're going to be pitching tonight. You like the dreadlocks better? All right, hold on. I'll go back in there and give you the dreads. Pardon me, gotta find them first. There we go. You like that look? Mr. Murder, I can get you on the team. Not a problem. Let me play a game first so we don't spend all my time updating this team, and I'll get you in there. I have one relief pitcher, a backup outfielder, a backup catcher right now. That's what's available. So, all right. So, playing the flex, and Breezes is on. He's not on fire, but he's pitching really well. So is McGruff. They got 3 hitters hitting well, so this should be interesting. Okay. I'll put you as the other one. So JT is a little tense. I'm going to leave him there, though. Grimm's a little tense. So I'm going to sub him out and put it in Stoner Gamer at DH. All right, we're good to go. So this stadium is modeled after Tiger Stadium. This shadow is going to be a pain in the ass. Shadows really make a difference in this game. Some of these stadiums are almost impossible to hit in with the shadows. Other ones are just perfect. So the stadium I picked is really good. It's really good to hit in. What's up, D-Bog Nasty? What's up, man? Getting some Super Mega Baseball in, trying to finish up our first season. Yes, I am a Cardinals fan. There you go, Lou. Get that game started off right with a base hit.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 10.
Tried to pull that outside pitch. That's going to be a double play. One thing we don't have on this team is a lot of speed. Jimmy's our fastest guy, so we kind of have to rely on him to get on base. His hitting's behind his fielding and his speed right now. All right, give me something to hit. Oh, that's in the gap. Yeah, it should be an interesting year. I don't think the Cubs have enough pitching, and you guys definitely have offense. It's always going to come down to pitching, and if the Cardinals' offense decides to play this year, I know we got Arenado and Goldschmidt, but get down. We can see if we're going to score. All right. Matt Carpenter should have been cut 2 years ago. The guy cannot hit anymore at all. And Bader's a glove, but he's not a good hitter. Get down. Get in the corner. Oh. All right, well, got a hit, 3 hits and a run. That was a good start. Yeah, Breezes almost threw a no-hitter in one of the smallest ballparks in this game last time out. So I'm hoping he can duplicate in this huge ballpark. There we go. Especially the Pirates. Reds have some talent, but They just never put it together. Pirates are they should be getting relegated. All right, 1, 2, 3 in the bottom of the first.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 5.
Oh, I think that's too high. I don't think that's got enough juice. Nope. That's like 420 to center field.
Number 6.
Yeah, they have some good position players, but their pitching's always going to be suspect. That's through. There we go.
Now batting, the center
Let's go, Jimmy.
number 2.
Find a hole, man. I struggle with swinging at pitches that are up in the strike zone, and I tend to pop balls up a lot. So, oh, Mizzou. Mizzou's so inconsistent, so they'll probably really play well this first game, and then get smoked by Gonzaga. I have no. Oh, they got it, and I'm gonna get doubled off because I went back. I forgot how many outs there were. Shit. Mizzou always chokes in a tournament, even when they have a good team. So. Nice play. JT's got a great glove. He and Cincy both make web gems like crazy in this game. I was going to stream this earlier today, but I forgot that my 7-month-old puppy had a vet appointment.
That's inside.
Yeah, I could not get into the short season last year. Yeah, I walked him. Could not get into the short season, so I'm hoping that I rediscover enjoying the games, especially when people can go back to the park and watch it in person. High changeups in this game are deadly. You wouldn't think so, but they are. Sit down. Yeah, I have not been to the new stadium, obviously, because it opened up last year, but I did go to the ballpark at Arlington the first year it was open. I can't remember who we saw. My uncle, my mom's youngest brother, used to finance all these stadiums, so he did the financing for Houston Texans football, the Phillies baseball, the ballpark at Arlington, Camden Yards, Nationals Park. He did all the financing for those parks, and so he got us free tickets, which was cool. Gotta stay off that high shit. I played a practice game yesterday because I hadn't played in forever, and I was hitting home runs like crazy, so of course I'm going to struggle. That was not a strike. Get in there. It's in the corner. That'd be a triple if I had any speed at all in this team. Yeah. I'm just tired of the hokiness of the whole thing. I'd rather just tarp the seats over, like they do in hockey. There we go. He's not going to score, though. Yeah, I haven't been to Milwaukee yet. I've been to New Comiskey. My wife's been to Old Comiskey and New. Never been to Wrigley. Like 3 years ago, I went to the game at Great American Ballpark. My son played a baseball tournament in Cincinnati for a whole week, so we went to a game. And Brewers just crushed them. I think they scored like 11 runs in the first 2.5 innings or something like that. So we spent the rest... Get foul. We spent the rest of the game just walking around, checking out the ballpark from different angles. That's a strike. I knew that was going to be a strike. Back before I got married, the guy that was my best man, he and I went to... we drove all the way from St. Louis to Toronto. Left at like midnight and got there at like 4:30 in the afternoon. Drove straight through, and Saw the Mariners play the Blue Jays, saw Griffey and Randy Johnson. And then we left after the game and drove back to Detroit, spent the night there, had tickets for the Indians and Tigers at Old Tiger Stadium. That's going to get caught. Saw Tom Selleck there. He was filming Mr. Baseball, so he had no mustache. But he was dressed up in a Tigers uniform and taking BP with the team. And then after that game was over, we drove down to Cincinnati and went to Riverfront and saw them play the Astros before we came back home. So it was a fun 3-day weekend. Chase. Ooh, didn't chase. All right, go high. Yep, missed my spot. Lucky, missed my spot. Yep, been to Royals Stadium, Kauffman Stadium a couple of times. I lived in Denver, so I saw minor league baseball in Mile High, and then I saw the Rockies. I saw Rockies in Mile High Stadium the first year, and I went a few years back and saw them play at Coors. Hey, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Get there. Throw it. There we go. I dove too soon. Yeah, Kauffman's 3 hours from here. Thank you, guys. Appreciate the follows. There we go. Change up inside. And a high fastball. Swing. There we go. Popped it up. Yep, what else have I been to? I've been to both Fulton County Stadium and the one after that before this brand new one. The one that used to be Olympic Stadium. Late. Haven't been to a game on the West Coast at all. Haven't traveled enough for baseball games. Traveled all over, but I haven't gone to baseball games. Nope, never been to College World Series. I mean, that's not far. It's Omaha, but I've never gone there. Drop. There we go. Yeah, they're all so beautiful. I just haven't traveled enough. Like with the time I went to Los Angeles to visit a friend who lived in Pasadena, we went down Santa Monica Pier and we went to Six Flags Magic Mountain, but we didn't go to Dodger Stadium. He wasn't into baseball, so we didn't go. Yeah, it looks amazing. And the time I went to San Francisco, I was only in there for a few hours. We were driving from. We were in Tahoe and went over to San Francisco, did Fisherman's Wharf and all that, and then we went down to San Jose and spent the night. Because the next day we were driving down to Disneyland in LA. So I didn't really have time to do much there. And that would have been Candlestick if we were there. I love this. Hitting them right at my guys.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 11.
Yeah, that was a pop-up, man. Go foul. I was way early on that one. That's too high. That would be a home run in my park. It's too high. He smoked that ball. That was a towering shot, man.
The right fielder, number 9.
That is not a strike.
That's outside.
I love this game so much more than MLB The Show. And I played so many years of MLB The Show, but I haven't bought it since Griffey was on the cover. I dropped like $200 playing Diamond Dynasty that year, and then I said never again. So I don't do Diamond Dynasty, and it kind of ruined the road to the show. And it's too long of a season for me to play Dynasty or franchise. All right, I haven't thrown a forkball yet. There we go. Get there, George. So when I first started streaming, this was the only game I could play because I could stream straight off my PS4. And then we got everything set up so I could do NCAA. So the all my early streams are of this game. I do archive all this stuff, both NCAA and Super Mega, over to my YouTube channel. So I think this is like the 4th stream I've done with baseball, and we sim several games. So even though I played 24 games, we didn't play 24 games in 3 streams. So Breeze, this is rolling, man. I got to get some more runs. Put the ball down. Ah, it was down. I just got under it. This park is too big to try and hit home runs in. I just got to hit it to the gap. Like that, but that's going to get caught. I didn't pull it enough. All right, George, you got the power to hit this out. Come on, throw a strike. Ah, I'm swinging that shit. Impatient, man, impatient. Got to keep dealing with breezes because my offense, I'm getting hits. I got 7 hits. I just can't get back-to-back hits. All right, Lou, that's yours. Lou's got a cannon in right field, by the way. I think one of I don't know if we have. I think we have a clip of it. I don't remember. He gunned somebody down at third base and it wasn't even close, or was it home? It was one of the two. Change up high and in. Ah, I missed my spot. Got him anyway. All right, Q, let's get us going. That's high. I need the ball to be down by the edge of that grass. Right there. That might be out of here. Nope, that's into the gap. Go, 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 go. She has no speed, or that would be a triple for sure.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number
Come on, Stoner. He's got a lot of power against lefties. Ah, too early. Way early. Get down. I thought that was by. That's why I let her run, because I thought it was by. Ran into an out. Come on, Jimmy. Jimmy got his first homer of the year last stream, too. I was trying to take that to right field. Come on, man. Over the plate. He jammed me. All right, I'm tense. I need to get some hits and get out of this little mini slump. Nope, not like that. I love curveballs in this game. I just got that one too much on the inside. All right. We're making Breezes work on the mound. He doesn't have much room for error. And there goes a no-hitter. That's the second time he's thrown 6 no-hit innings in a row. See, that's a high changeup, and they swing through it almost every single time. Let me throw his forkball. Hadn't thrown a curveball all game. Sometimes you gotta save him. I gotta be careful here. She's got some power. Ah. Yeah, I know. I was trying up here. Trying to get a chase curveball in the dirt. Yes. Double play. That was clutch. All right, guys. We need some more runs. Come on, Lou. You got to get us going, man. You got the best contact on the team. Nope. Right at him. That's the only problem I have with this game is, one, the infielders jump and snag too many of the line drives that would be hits. And when you hit something to the outfield, if it's not a that's not a strike. If you hit something to the outfield that's not a home run, it's going to be right at. Man, he called 2 pitches that were not strikes. Maybe swing at that garbage. Come on. Let's go, JT. He was hitting over 400 earlier. All right, we're just going to take, let's get 70 pitches. 3-1. Groove it. Let's go. Ah. All right, got a batter on base. Let's go. Let's go, Crumb Dog. Ah, shit. Get foul. Get away. That hung up too much. Some of these parks have huge foul territory, and other ones there's like nothing. So it's realistic in that sense, where it varies by park greatly. Uh-oh. That one's out of here. All right, tie game. That was low and away, too. 397. This is 6th home run of the year. I knew those wasted hits were going to come back and get me. Uh-oh. We lucked out there, man. I grooved that slider over the middle of the plate. That should have been hit a long way.
Now back, the left fielder, number 17. Ball inside. That's inside. Strike.
Got a gift call there.
Strike 3.
There we go. Nice job.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 23. That's inside. Off the plate.
Sometimes you just got to groove it, and they hit it right into an out. All right. Top of 9.
Now batting,
Let's go, George.
number 49.
Get one you can drive, man.
Ball inside.
Get that over the plate. It's going to be out. Give foul. Has that got enough? Looks like it does. Yes. Q with a home run to dead center field. That's awesome. That was a towering shot. 440. What a bomb.
Now batting,
All right, Stoner, it's your turn, man.
number
Let's go back to back. Wasn't that one game, Lou? I had 3 times I went back to back in one game. That pitch down. She almost hit one out earlier. Another walk. There we go. That was a good AB. Let's go, Jimmy. Find a gap somewhere. Get over. Get over. Go. As you can see, they have Superman jumping ability in the infield, man. They snag a lot of those.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 11.
All right, I'm struggling. I'm going to get benched by my own self here in a minute if I don't start getting some hits. Oh, that's a double play. That's all right. We got the run we needed. Got the run we needed. Breezes has thrown 79 pitches. He's not tired, so I'm not taking him out. I'm not bringing in a closer. It's kind of pointless. He's still listed as on fire. Come on, Jimmy, get there. There we go. Sliding catch. That's why we have him in center field. All right, 1 out to go. Throw her a forkball. Slider. That's in the dirt. Change up. High inside fastball. And slider away. Strike 3. Yes. There we go. Needed that win to stay ahead of the Machos. 2 runs on 10 hits. Got to get better clutch hitting on that team. Breezes with another 2-hitter, 6 Ks. He's 5-1. Number 1 star. Killed was 2, and their pitcher was 3rd, even though he gave up 10 hits. So that's pretty cool. I haven't played in several weeks, so this is a good first game out of the chute. Tell you what, while this is once we get done saving this, and before I go CPU games, I want to show you the other teams real quick, because I created every one of these teams. Some of the logos were stock logos that I just changed colors. Other ones I made. So we have the Flamingos. They're pink, black, and gray. The Flex you just saw. We have the Gorillas. They're orange, or just reddish orange and blue. The Knights are blue and gray. Macaws are very bright blue and yellow. The Machos are red and yellow. I think I might even have them in like a Caribbean or Cuban style stadium in the game. Maulers, they're based after the Padres. They have that pale yellow and brown. Owls are very bright green, 2 shades of green and gray. Quacks is one of my other teams in a different franchise. They're black, neon green, and yellow. Scarlets, just red and black. Toucans, they're a blue, black, and yellow. Venom are 2 different shades of purple, gray, and black. Whales have some cool uniforms. They're just blue and white. Bionics, let me go into Bionics. This was a stock team. I didn't create this team. Wish he'd move his hands. There we go. So you can see the logo on the shirt. It's a robot. Actually, I don't think I was quite done. I went back too far. Give me 1 sec here. I'll get back in and show you the final few teams. The Sirloins, this is a league that I created, so none of the original teams are in this league. These are all teams I made. Here's the Croc Daddies, and then my team. Croc Daddies have really loud uniforms. Here, we'll go on the logo. You can see his uniform on the right when it pops up. There you go. And so they're modeled after the Oakland A's, and they have green or yellow. They have green, so very bright. Who do I want to show you that's really good? Well, the Quacks are very bright. There we go. This will be better. I should just go into uniform. So they're very bright. That's another team that I play in a different dynasty franchise. I like the Owls. Very foresty looking. A white hat on the home team. Like I said, the Maulers are... Which one? Yeah, Flamingos, I like these. These guys, usually have them playing in the same stadium that we just played in. Very pink and gray and black. So. Crack daddies. That's pretty funny. Yeah. And the park they play in is green and yellow, and there's actually like a crocodile as one of the advertisements on the wall. So let's simulate these games. See what the Machos do. We have 5 games left after this in a regular season. It's a 30-game season. All right, the Scarlets won. And the Whales. Come on, Quacks. There we go. So now we're 3 games ahead of third place with 5 games to go. So we should make the playoffs. This would be a bright game to look at with these uniforms. And the Flamingos kick their ass. All right, so looks like the Machos lost. Or no, they didn't play at all. They didn't play. So we have a 1-game lead with 5 games to go. And I think we're done, and we lost both games. Yeah, we lost 9-3 and 3-2. So I think I played that one and sim that one, and we lost. Is there another game earlier in the season? Yeah, we went 1-3 against the Machos. So usually what I do is if they have back-to-back games like this, I'll play one on stream and then sim, then play the next game, sim. So you're not watching the same team over and over again. All right, so we got Mr. September. He's another NCAA streamer. We'll get into his game here. I don't think I have any player development. No. So you get training development money based on how much you don't spend on player salaries. So we'll go down here in the economy and I'll show you that. So every team in this league has 152 million to spend on their roster. I'm at 141.7, so I have 10,300,000 surplus. And if you look to the bottom, over 30 games, that's 343,000 per game that you get in development funds. So you just kind of bank them until you have enough to upgrade somebody. The players will get upgraded on their own, but this is an opportunity for you to go in and pick which people and kind of what you'd like to develop. Like here, I'll go in here. So 9 Lu. If I want to crank him up to a 99 arm, it would cost me 443,000. And then he would have 5% chance to gain inside pitch, which gives him a bonus on any pitch on the inside of the plate. This one here, for this backup catcher, if I had 1,077,000, I could increase her power by either 3 or 8%, and contact by either 4 or 12%. Basically, it flips a coin, and you get one or the other. So that's how you can improve them through development funds. But there's also, these loading screens are so long. If you look on the right, where it's scrolling, you can see that Jess Barnett, the one I was showing you, where I can increase her contact and her power, her arm went up +8, which is a lot, just on its own. And you can see the other computer teams are dropping players and picking up players off the free agent pile. So there are no contracts in this game. There's no trading in this game. And every offseason, players will retire or they will leave if they're not getting paid as much as their talent level and they're playing on a bad team. If they're playing on a good team, they typically stick around and will play on that smaller contract. But you don't know who it's going to be until you get to the next offseason. So you could lose, 3 of your 4 starting pitchers. I didn't mean to exit that far out. So it's a crapshoot. So there are guys, I read on Reddit there are guys who will go in and put nothing but C and D 18, 19-year-old players in their team, stack their team with a bunch of young guys, and just sim games, don't even play them because you're going to lose. But they don't spend any money on them since they're so young and they're not very good. Their salary is really low. And so they'll have like, $100 million in funds to spend on upgrading. So they continually upgrade their guys throughout the season and get them really good at really cheap salaries. So, all right, Mr. September's taking on Neva Brownpole. And what does Coach Kurt play? Does he play third? He plays second. Anybody else play third? I'm struggling here. I don't have enough backups. I could play Cincy at third or JT at third. Yeah, screw it. I'm just going to play. I'm batting ninth, so if I struggle, I'm batting ninth, man. All right, Mr. September. Have a good one, man. Hopefully you pitch well in this game. And I'll be back on in the morning too, 9 Central Time. We'll finish up the regular season. Grimm May 3rd? No, Grimm's an outfielder. I made it. Cincy and JT are the guys that can play third. I was thinking Coach Kurt would play third, but we're very limited, so I need to upgrade some of these players in the off season and just rename them when they come back on the team, because I don't have a whole lot of roster flexibility right now, especially on the infield.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 9. That's inside.
We got Rastafari and Lou here with his dreads. Now, that was a strike last game. That's gone. That ball's out of here. Oh. I hit it high enough. I thought for sure that ball was out. I know that's a tall wall in dead center field, but that should have been out of here. Yeah. This is the same park that the Croc Daddy's playing. You can see the alligator over there, crocodile on the wall. Ah, get that pitch up. A little higher. Right there, and then I swung too early. I was so anxious. All right, good pitch. Well, that's a hit at least. It's not going to score a run. This is a short outfield, so you really need to have wheels to score on balls, unless they hit it to left center field. Is that going to be out of here? No. But it's going to be a sac fly. That'll give us an early lead, just like last game. All right, Crime Dog.
Number 19.
Ah. Double play. No team speed. As short as this outfield is, I still have not hit one in the upper third deck in right field. So, yeah, I would love to have more stadiums. Although I think there's only like 2 stadiums that are duplicated in this league. I used every stadium they had and then had to duplicate a couple with other teams. But variety would be good. Some of them I really don't like. The lighting is horrible. There we go. Ah. Nice pitch. Here's loose cannon. The 94 arm. I had Super Mega 2, but I had it on Steam, so I had it for my PC. There you go, JT. And I wanted something to play on the PlayStation since I wasn't buying MLB The Show. And I don't play Madden on console. I play on PC. All right, had to give up the run on that one. Yeah, I didn't play it long enough to really get into it, but I watched the reveal videos and stuff for this and saw they changed some of the player models and stuff, and it looks so nice. And I have a 4K TV now, so I wanted it to look really nice when I was playing. Once I have some cash, I'm going to, I'm playing with like a 38-inch television right behind this laptop that's holding the camera. And when I get some money, I'm going to replace that and get a computer monitor because they refresh faster than TVs. So if you're playing like this game or MLB The Show, any game like this where you're playing online, that's gone. Any of these games you play online, you have lag issues. Hook a computer monitor up to your console and it will refresh faster. You'll have a much easier time. You will not have the lag that you do with TVs. So I'm thinking about getting like a, I don't know, 30-inch computer monitor so I have dual monitors, and move this TV back where it belongs in the other living room. Damn it. I'm trying to pull these outside pitches instead of just hitting them that way. Wow, that was just stupid. She's got a lot of stamina, but not much else. Get out of play. Go. Out of play. Nope. See, this is one of those that has a really short foul territory. Yeah, that's what I want. I have a small monitor. I don't need a big monitor to browse the internet and do Photoshop. Although if I had a really big monitor like I used to have at my last job that I did graphic design on, I had one of those really, really big Mac monitors. They're real big ones. Everybody in the company had one, but it was awesome because I had dual monitor. So I had my laptop. Oh, come on. I had a laptop and one of those big monitors, so I could just read my email on the laptop and do all the graphic design on the big one. Not going to get him. Oh, slow runner. Nice play. Yeah, I was looking around 300. If I could get it under 300, that would be awesome. I still do some graphic design, so it'd be nice to have that big monitor. So if you watch any of my NCAA streams, some of the graphics I do, background photos, or just overlay pages, I do all that in Photoshop myself. All right, she has a curveball, and I haven't used it yet. There you go. Pitched around that. Nice play out there by Cincy. I need to get myself out of this slump. Ah, thought I had that one. Got a much better umpire this game. They're not calling those borderline pitches strikes. I needed that base hit. I was struggling.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 9.
Nope, pop fly. Not going to get there. I still haven't hit one 500 feet, man.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 10.
That's nice. Yeah, I have Photoshop from a guy I worked with at the last. I worked for a tech startup, and he was the get out play. He was the guy in charge of our creative graphic design department, and he got me a copy, and I still have it. Now, if you want it, you got to like subscribe to it on a monthly basis. It's kind of a pain in the ass. I'll have to show you guys some of the stuff I used to do. The company I worked for, we worked with a lot of pro athletes, doing contests, giveaways, increasing their follows on social media. And so I would do background graphics for their website on their page on our website. Get out of play. And then I would do the graphics that would be shared on social media. Yep, so I have some really big Photoshop files. Get back. Damn. I have one for Calvin Pryor and what's that running back used to play for the Texans? Arian Foster. I have a really cool one for McCutcheon when he played with the Pirates. Maybe I'll throw them up on George's Discord once in a while. Yeah. Foster and Pryor's are really good looking. I do not walk this many batters ever. I'm nibbling too much. Go to third, I dare you. Yeah, they saw Lou out there and said, whoop, I don't think so. My son, my younger son, is excited about MLB The Show now because it's on Xbox for the first time. The new one's going to be. So let's throw this cutter inside. So I might have to buy this version, and it's got Create a Stadium, so that would be kind of fun to play with. Just so I can play him online and beat his ass. He was funny. I played him when I had the trial for Madden 21. I played him, and I let him pick whatever team he wanted, and I took the Chargers because I use that playbook like religiously on every team, that vertical power run, and I ate him up. Get too many fastballs for this guy. I hit first and he threw it to third. All right, we got 2 outs. Let's get out of this mess. Nice block, George. Let's go high inside. And then we'll throw cutter away. That's out of play. See if he wants another curveball. Yes. I love that umpire animation when you strike him out with the bases loaded. First time I saw that, I died laughing. Come on, crime dog. Oh, is that high enough? It's going to be off the wall. Nope. Up against the wall. You redneck mother. Yeah, that animation only happens if you strike him out looking with the bases loaded. There's a different one if there's 2 on, but he only does that pirouette with bases loaded and you strike him out looking. Come on, get it up so George can hit the ball. Yeah, and then it broke away, hit off the end of the bat. I'm still trying to figure out what game to play over the summer because I'm not playing NCAA nonstop. I dug out Fight Night Round 4. That kills my hands, so I can't play that. I have arthritis in my thumb, which is why I don't play defense on NCAA all the time. So we may go back to MLB's show. I don't know. September's dealing with those fastballs. Throw a curveball in the outside corner. Yeah, that's a low. There we go, Cincy, get that one. Man, I hope Cincy gets healthy and back soon. I miss watching him play football, baseball, and wrestling. Come on, Stoner. Nice pitch. It dropped. Ooh, is that got enough? Nope. It's going to get caught. Come on, Jimmy. This is a short porch. You ought to be able to hit one out here if they can get it down in the strike zone. I hit a lot of my home runs the opposite way. King of the pop-ups. Let's go. Yeah, that was a high strike. That same pitch. It's 3 pitches in a row, and then it should be 3-0. And I just got impatient. Damn it. We'll throw it again. Got the call. That's foul. Let's throw a down and in cutter. Didn't get it enough in. I wanted that on the inside corner of the that square, but damn it. Fooled him. There we go. Rolled over on the curveball. Double play. All right, Lou, let's go, man. Get it going. We need some more runs. Ah, that ball just ate me up. It just kept driving in on me. There we go. Just drop that in right field. Get that base runner on. All right, Cincy. Ah, out. Should have streamed the other night instead. I was crushing balls right and left. Hit like 4 home runs. Ah, so early. Let it get to you. Ooh, that should have rung me up. There we go. Fight it off. Get when you can hit. That's a good at-bat. Crime Dog's not slumping. He just needs to drive a ball here. Yeah. Not pop it up. I hit so many pop flies. Trying to get that launch angle right, and I end up getting too much under it. All right, George, we need a big blast here. Oh, that was the pitch, and I took it. That's foul. Got to protect now. George breaking bats. Look at that. Don't mess with George. Don't make him mad. You need your sound command. George is getting upset. And they can hit the ball to JT and Cincy all day. There we go. Throw that bat down. It's too funny.
Now batting. The
All right,
right
killed.
fielder, number 5.
Outside. Off the plate. Strike.
Yeah, that's too high. She's getting tired. Come on. Leave one up right over the plate.
That's outside.
Ah, early. Drop. Nope.
Now batting. The designated hitter.
Let's go, Stoner.
Number 6.
Man. I am way early tonight for some reason.
Ball inside. Ball high.
Get out of play.
Inside.
That was a nasty pitch because I wasn't sure how much that was going to break, and I was just trying to foul it off. That was clutch on her part.
Ball inside.
Come on with the curveballs. She's really tired. All she's throwing is junk.
Inside.
I think that one's gone. Goodbye. Another towering home run. Look at that thing. 397. Jimmy Two Blunts with the bomb. His second of the year. Matches his number.
Now batting. The third baseman, number 11.
Ah, lay off that shit. Get it down in the strike zone. Like that. That's going to get caught. It wasn't low enough. That's all right. 2-run lead. Push it out, man. Push it out.
Now batting. The catcher, number 3. Now batting. The shortstop,
Uh-oh.
number 20.
As soon as I threw that pitch, I knew it was gone. That's why I said uh-oh right away. I totally missed my spot, and that thing got hammered like it should have.
Now batting.
The only thing he doesn't have that I wish he had was a changeup.
14.
He's got too many fastballs and not a changeup.
Now batting.
I mean, his forkball's his changeup, but I don't like that pitch because they don't get enough strikes with. They don't get enough swinging strikes with it either. All right, we're through 7. She's already thrown 93 pitches. Yeah, I knew they were going to bring a new pitcher in soon, but this guy throws junk. Fastball, curveball, changeup. What a catch.
Now batting. The shortstop, number 10.
Strike 3.
Damn. Just blew that right by me. And it's not like he throws that hard.
Ball inside. Strike.
That was not a strike.
Strike.
That is. Get it down.
Nope. High.
Get it down. Like that. Is that got enough? Is that going to make it? Hit the wall at least. Hit the wall. Nope. Man.
Now batting. The
All right.
second
87 pitches. I'm not going to be patient with him. We have a pretty good closer, and I've got some good setup guys. So, nice snag.
Now batting.
So we can get him out of there first sign of trouble. Hopefully before they hit a home run. There we go. Get there, Jimmy. right, 3 outs to go. Another run or two would be helpful.
The first baseman, number 19.
The changeup. Drop. That's a hit. He's not hitting for enough power, though. All right, George. You're tense because I haven't been hitting well with you all night. Ah. Jammed me. Get that over the plate a little more. Ooh, that was close. Gotta fight that off. Come on, throw me a fastball. I'll take that. Is that got enough? Is that got enough? Gone! Yes! Boom! George with the 2-run shot. Just snuck over the wall. There we go. Big fly number 8. That was clutch. We needed those runs.
Fielder, number 5.
Ah! Stay off that high stuff. There's one other thing they don't have in this game that I wish they did, and that's instant replay. And sometimes it's so you can see what actually happened on the play, you know, the web gems a little bit better. But I want to go around the ballpark and look at every angle because you never get to see all those angles. That's out. All right, 3-run lead. We're going to bring in Daughtery Cribb for the save.
Now pitching, number 32. Outside. Strike. Strike. That's inside.
Ooh. Good thing she didn't run very fast.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 83. Strike. Strike 3.
There we go. One more to go.
Now batting,
One more to go.
number 3. That's down.
Ah!
That's inside.
Hit your spot.
Strike. Strike. Ball inside.
Get there, Jimmy. Get there, get there, get there. All right, one more to go. We don't want the tying run coming up. Not in this park. Get there, Lou. Get there, Lou. All right. 2-0 on the night. 5 runs. That was better. Didn't waste all those hits. JT went 0 for again. Home runs by George, Q, and Jimmy 2 blunts. It was a good game by September. 7 Ks, 2 runs, and 8 innings. Yeah, he's distracted by his new baby that should be here any day if it isn't already here. So got to give him a little break. He's distracted, man. All right, let's simulate these games. Thank you. We got one more game tonight, and that will leave us with 3 to do in the morning, and then we'll do playoffs the next time I stream. Not the next time I actually stream, but the next time I stream Super Mega will be in the playoffs. So that might have to be a super long all-day stream to get the 2 rounds of the playoffs in. So it might be like start on a Sunday morning at 10 Central and just play until we're done. All right, go back and check these standings because I just went off the other page too fast. So they can't catch us if we keep winning, and we have a run differential of 43. So if there's a tie, it goes to run differential, not head to head, which is good since we went like 1-3 or 1-4 against these guys. So, and half the teams on the other side are under 500. It's all compacted. Look at all those 14 and 12, 14 and 13, 13 and 13. All these teams are right around 500 except for us and the Machos. I'm going to go into lineup, and I'm going to put Grimm in instead of Stoner at DH this game. Yep, that's all I want to do. All right, playing the Crack Daddies, or the Crack Daddies, however you hear it out of my mouth. They have a guy, Efrit Fail. A lot of velocity, doesn't have much off speed, and he doesn't have any accuracy. So Crack Daddies. Yeah, I'm going to have to change that. Maybe I'll change the O to an A so it says Crack Daddies. Still looks like Crack Daddies, but it's Crack Daddies. Their dude Thunderer, the third baseman, is on fire even though he's hitting 183, so I don't know what's up with that. Panda Slayer's pitching. He's having a rough 1-4 season, but I think some of those came from Sim. All right, so our first game of the night at the home ballpark. I love this stadium. That short porch and right serves me well since I hit a lot of opposite field home runs. And I came close to hitting 500 in this park. Dead center field, there's some bleachers out there like they have in Colorado. And just to the left of that, there's a little opening. And if you hit it through that opening and don't catch the edge of the second deck over there in left center, you can hit it 500 feet right through that gap on contact swing. I hit it 480. All right, we got some ugly Oakland A's looking softball uniforms going on here.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 61.
I think Panda's the only lefty that we have in the rotation. And the dirt infield on this particular stadium is huge too. It's like twice as big.
Designated hitter, number 46.
Oops, missed my spot. Jimmy's going to get it though. That's why he's out there in that big center field. This is a cool stadium. All right, Lou. There you go. Keep that batting average up. So what's this guy throw? He's got high velocity. So two fastballs, a slider, and a curve. Uh-oh. That might be out of here. Boom! Inside out that one. Nice. 411. Cincy Bowen. Oh, didn't get that one. Just a high fly ball to center field. What's up, DeBreezy? Hey, George was having trouble with his, I don't know if it's his capture card, his Streamlabs, his Xbox or whatever, so he didn't play his last game. So I jumped on, and we're playing Super Mega Baseball. We have a team full of streamers. Here's this George, 49er George right here. Panda Slayer is pitching this game. Get down. Lou's our right fielder. Cincy Bowen, guy does HPW. He's our shortstop. So getting some baseball in. We only have a few games left in the season. So how's your night doing, man? You get some football in tonight, or are you just taking it easy? Get there, Lou. Wow. That ball carried a lot farther than I thought. Otherwise, I would have ran over and jumped. I thought it was just going to be a high fly ball. I already got back there and jumped to rob it because that was easily catchable. I was fooled. Definitely fooled. Yep. I've got 2 empty spots because Mr. Murda wants the reliever, so I have a backup catcher and a backup outfielder that are still default names. Man, those guys turn a lot of double plays, man. Yeah, I am too. I'm going to do more of this in the morning, like 9 Central. I'm going to finish up our regular season with 3 games, and then tomorrow night about 7 Central, I'm going to get on, and I'm either going to do another season of my ULM heavy recruiting sim only, or I'll step into the next season of Mizzou. We've won back-to-back natties in that one, so we'll be going for 3 in a row. Oh, jeez. Swing at a strike, not that. Messed me up. Messed me up. All right, Grim. Grim's got some of the most power on the team, and I can't lay off that crappy pitch. Come on, Jimmy. Nope, that's an out. I'm going to move myself out of the way so you can actually see the stats on the bottom, and you can see the bases on the bottom right. I didn't realize how much I was covering up with my camera. Yeah, I can put you to George as our starter, so you'll be the backup behind George. Throw him. It's a brand new player, so they're young. They just got 8-point bonus on their throwing before this game too, so that was cool. Uh-oh. That was... I jumped too early. So,
The third baseman, number 21.
tell you what, Breezy, you and Mr. Murder, what you can do is send me a whisper. Tell me if you're left-handed, right-handed, what number you would prefer. I can't guarantee because some of the numbers are already taken. So give me 2 or 3 numbers.
The center fielder, number 61.
And oh, that's a hit. They have some... so they have athletic and they have beefy. They have different body types. They've got different hairstyles, facial hair all over the place. So you just tell me what you want your guy to look like, and I can put you in there. I had to change Lou because I had never seen Lou. Oh my God, he dropped the ball. I'd never seen Lou on camera. I didn't know what he looked like. And I haven't played since Lou started streaming, so I had to go adjust him. Get him down, catch him. Nice throw. Boom. Clip that, Lou. You gunned another guy down at the plate. That was a peg, man. Right on the nose.
Number 11. Ball.
Nope, not gonna hit it. Might be to the wall. Not a home run. Extra base hit. Just missed a home run. Yeah, Lou has a cannon. He's got a 94 arm. That's not a strike. That's not the first guy he's thrown out at a base either. Come on, man. That's a hit. Go. Got men at the corners, nobody out. Here we go. Cincy Bowen. He hit a home run last time. Or that was last. Was that last? That was last game. Hit that 3-run homer late, didn't he? No, that was George. So Bowen hit a home run early. Hit a 2-run shot. Over his head. Yes, to the gap. That's so short and right center that you really can't challenge them unless you have really good speed. All right, JT, we need you to start hitting because you are our best hitter. Caught. And you're in a slump. Come on, crime dog. I got to be patient. Pop-up doesn't help, but a fly ball does. Here we go. That's in the gap. That's off the wall. It's only going to be a single, though. All right, Jorge, your turn, man.
Number 49.
Oof. Oh, I got under it. The pitch was more inside than I thought. I do love when they throw me off speed pitch. Come on, Q. Oh, early. All right, get the hitter's count. Let's go. 3-1. Thank you, Lou. Damn it. That was probably ball 4. I should have at least taken it because there was only 1 strike.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 6.
There we go. Drop that curveball in there at the knees.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 37.
So one thing we do have is good defense. We don't have any team speed, but we got good defense. All right, Grim, come on, buddy. Ah! Damn it. He's got some of the best power, and I can't utilize it. And then I take that one right down the pipe. If you guys are wondering what that ka-thunk, 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 ka-thunk sound is, I'm holding the LB, and it makes everybody on the bases run to the next base. So it's just to force them to keep running, and otherwise they'll stop at first base. Come on, get that over the plate. I want that curveball. There it is. Goodbye. Got one for myself. 392. All right, Lou, let's see if we can go back to back. Get it down. He doesn't want to throw it over the plate. I don't blame him. Drills a walk. All right, Cincy. That's gone. Out to the glutes sign. There you go, Daniel. It says glutes. Boom. Into the bullpen. 25 RBIs. Yep, knocked him out of the game. Matthias Hardcore is their new pitcher. That's a nice pitch. I can work with that. Throw that again. That's going to be out. If I'd have pulled that or hit it late, that would have been a home run. All right. Yeah, that was a big inning.
The second baseman, number 12.
Need to get Panda some run support. He's struggling on the year. Keep hitting the ball to our shortstop and second baseman. This game won't take very long.
Now batting the catcher, number 13.
There we go. And Panda has the exact opposite thing of September. He only has one fastball, a curveball, and a changeup, so there's not a whole lot of variety. It doesn't have a slider, doesn't have a forkball. So he's got to rely on ground balls. All right. 5-run lead. Bottom of 5. This is the guy we need to get going. Damn it. I have to be more patient. Yeah, one of these days, Lou and George, I need to sit down with you guys on Discord and figure out how to do these sound commands and how to do shout-outs and all that stuff so that my stream, that's gone. Goodbye. Jorge with a home run. Deep shot off the top of the wall. Need to get the voice commands and the shout-outs and all that stuff set up. Boom. That was not a strike. That was low. That was a rope. Let's go, Grim. He was on fire in the first couple of streams. Womp Dupe. Is that what his name is? Womp Dupe or Womp Droop? That's their first baseman's name. What a name. Some of the names that come that are in the game for computer-generated players are just hilarious. Sit down. And Mr. Murder, I have discovered, you know how when you get hit in the head with a line drive as a pitcher, that's gone. You get hit in the head with a line drive by a pitcher in this game, and you lose all of your stamina, your fastball, your off-speed pitches. The bar drops because you're injured. And I have found out that if you don't take him out of the game, leave him in the game, and throw nothing but off-speed pitches, the CPU can't hit it. I've got that. I've had that happen before. I threw a shutout with a pitcher that got smoked upside the head with a line drive. And he stayed in the game and got a complete game. That ball's out of here. I left that up too much. The crack daddies. 8-4. Well, I'm going to get him his 5 innings, and then I'm going to get him out of the game. Well, 6 innings now. Just one more out. If he gives up another home run, he's out of the game. That's out of play. Yeah, I just haven't figured out how to get that installed. All right, let's go, Jimmy. Come on, buddy. There we go. That's in the gap. He's got the speed to turn to. There we go. See if I can hit my second of the night. That's a good pitch. Hello, Zoo. My 7-month puppy's walking over. That's a hit. I'm going to send you, Jimmy. I'm going to send you. See if you can beat this throw. Yep. Base hit. Hello, Zoo. How are you? How are you? Oh, by the way, Daniel, she she had a urinary tract infection, and so we had to go back in today to double check because we put her on her third different antibiotic, and it's all clear now. So even though I wanted to stream earlier, it was a good thing to go get that taken care of so we don't have to keep feeding her antibiotics. Come on. Get foul. She's coming back again. I'll put her on camera after this half inning's over. I see you. I know. Damn. Get that pitch down. JT's the one we really need to get going. And of course I pop it up. All right, George, your turn. See if you can hit another one. Oh, no, I forgot. Crime Dog's hit in front of you. Maybe he'll get a base hit and you can hit a granny. Nope, that was smoked. All right, Zoo, come here. Come here. No, don't roll over. Come on, get up. Come here. All right. Yeah, I know. So this is my 7-month-old golden doodle. So her daddy was a black and white poodle, and her mother was a tan golden doodle. So her name is Zuzu Petals, after the movie It's a Wonderful Life. You know, where George Bailey finds his daughter Zuzu's flower petals in his pocket. So she's named Zuzu after that, after the little girl, and I call her Zuzu Petals. She just finished intermediate training too, so she will walk on your left side on a leash, and when you stop, she stops, and she'll wait. She's learning a whole bunch of really good stuff to make her behave. Get out of the way. Dude's just standing in my way. George, next time truck his ass. Can we turn 2? Yes! All right, now I'll take him out of the game. All right, 49er, let's go. Nice pitch. That was a pop-up if I swung, though. Like that. Let's go, Q. A little high. That ball was a little bit lower. I would have got more of the barrel of the bat.
Now pitching, number 40.
That's what happens when you swing at a pitch on the outside part. Try to pull it. All right, new pitcher.
Now batting, the third.
Panda Slayer did his job. So we got Jay Boney, Amanda, and this one here is going to be you, Mr. Murder. We'll use him so you can see what your guy's going to be. So I will change his character for you, so he looks however you want him to look. But this is the guy that will be you as far as pitching stats go. Oh, come on, Crime Dogs, dive. Awesome. So we don't have to change that. Just tell me how you want him to look. Get him. Oh, I didn't push triangle right away, so he didn't throw it immediately, or we would have gunned him out. Get there, JT.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 9.
I was trying to get him to swing through that. Turn 2. There we go. Clutch double play. Yes. Awesome. Cool.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 2.
Oregon State. Since he was playing with them in a recent dynasty. Nope. No speed. That should have been a double.
Now batting, the third baseman.
I can't seem to stay at one school for 6 years because once they get good and you win a natty, then I got to go somewhere else and start all over again. I mean, the Mizzou one, we're starting year 3 of one back-to-back. So it's, and my bonuses are all in the 300s. So it's going to be kind of easy to get whoever I want, provided they survive insta-commit by the other school. So I said the other day that once I win 4 in a row with this head coach at Mizzou, I said win. I should be if, but should he win 4 in a row, I'm either going to take him and go to Air Force, or I'm just going to create a new head coach and put them at Air Force, and we're going to turn them into a passing school instead of a triple option school, because they're Air Force. They should be throwing the ball, right? Kind of makes sense.
Now batting, the shortstop.
What's the 10-year trophy? I know a 5-peat. What's the 10-year? Come on. Damn it. All right, 5-run lead. I'm taking you out only because I don't want you to get tired in the middle of the inning. We'll bring in Amanda Nunes.
Pitching, number 69.
Just perfect between those two. We got a 5-run lead, so we just need to get outs any way we can get them. All right, there's one down.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 42.
Ah, that was close. That's why you like those left-handed first baseman plays like that. Boom. 3 in a row. JT Gaming, another offer. I'm going to have to move him down in the order. I had 4 hits. Holy shit. Jimmy had 2. Cincy had 3. Lou had 3. That stretch of 4 batters had 12 of our 14 hits. Everybody else sucked eggs. That was a good start by Panda. 3 home runs. All right. Well, Daniel, I got you some baseball tonight. We didn't think we were going to, but we got you some baseball. Let's simulate these games and get up to the next scheduled game. I think I'm going to be done because it's 1 o'clock in the morning here. So I'm going to be back up at 8 and be on by 9. So 9 Central, Daniel. I'll be on sharp. So let's get all these games over with. All right, so the Machos are now a game and a half out. So we're in really good shape because they only have 2 games left and we have 3. So if we win, we'll be up 2 with 2 games left, and they're behind by 46 points. So 46 runs. So we'll be one more win and we clinch first place. Yeah, I've got the 4 in a row in an old dynasty that was on All-American instead of Heisman. So I actually have that trophy. I just want to win it on Heisman. All right, let us go to player development real quick. We have $1 million to spend here, so I can make Lou Superman with his arm out there. Crime Dog gets 1 power, 3 arm. Don't need either of those. George, 1 speed and 3 fielding. I'm actually going to spend that because I need the fielding more than the speed. All right, so he's up to 62. And Lou, I'm going to go ahead and give you the 5 arms, so you're 99. Look at you, 99 arm. All right, so we bought some training. Yep. Here, let me go to the team and you can see everybody's ratings. So, best power, Crime Dog, JT, Hind, George, Cincy, Killed, Stoner, me, Coach Kurt. Highest contact is Lou, then Crime Dog, Q. Lollipops is open, Jess Barnett is open, and the David Leathers is going to be murder. Fielding, Cincy at 97, Q at 87, Jimmy at 86, JT at 80, me at 78. That's why we're so good up the middle. And then arm, Lou with 99, George with 92, Cincy with 97. These are extra traits, so when a 2-strike count, Lou gets a 25 bonus to his contact, so that'll make him over 100. George gets 10 point bonus when he's on his power when he's facing lefties. JT gets a speed boost stealing. Coach Kurt gets 15 power and 10 contact when there's men on second and third. Contact for Barnett, RBI for Crime Dog. And down here on the pitchers, Mr. Murder, you got K-Man, so you get a 15-point boost to velocity and junk when you get a 2-strike count, so that's good. These are all the ages over here. Looks like I got to worry about Stoner leaving, retiring, basically. Here's our salaries. The highest paid player on the team is JT, followed by McGruff, Cincy. Lou, you're 4th among hitters. Highest paid pitchers are say Mr. September and Breezes. So here's all their arsenal. So Mr.'s got a 4, a cutter, a curve, a slider, and a fork. So you can see. Look at Panda, he's got 61 power. He's got more power than me or Jimmy. There's their velocity, so they're all their fastballs. Junk is all their curveballs and sliders and changeups, and this is how accurate they are in the strike zone. So basically, the higher that number is, the easier it is for me to target where I want to throw it. So anyway, that's our team, the Diamonds. You are that relief pitcher. You are the one that had the K-Man. This guy. This David Leathers right here. That's going to be you. You're an A- relief pitcher. You got a 4-seamer, a curve, and a slider. So you have pretty good velocity and junk and accuracy. So you're pretty good across the board. Yeah. So that'll be you. Just got to change his character up. But you send me what you want, and I can get on and do that in the morning or do it after I'm done streaming tomorrow during the day. And we'll have him ready to go. We'll either have him ready to go for the last 3 games or ready to go for the playoffs. Look at this schedule real quick. So we've won 4 games in a row. We lost that one. 4 out of 5. 5 out of 1, 2, 3. 5 out of 6. 6 out of 7. 7 out of 8. So 7 of our last 8. So Revamp gets to face the Gorillas, then Breezes, and then Mr. September. The only bad thing with that is that means Panda is going to be our first pitcher in the playoffs, and he has the least amount of pitches to choose from. So anyway, okay, that's cool. And I can do that right now so I don't forget. I mean, if you're just going to leave them the way it is, I can do that right now. There you go. Yeah, the only problem is the game doesn't give you the option, I don't believe. I mean, I haven't figured out how to switch that up and pitch on short rest. I just let them go and cycle them through. It'll be okay for the second round. So if I get through the first round, they'll be all set up because it'll be Panda, and then either September or Breezes and Revamped, right? So if I go 4 games, it'll take it back to 4 games. It'll take it back to Panda to start. But if I do it in 3, I'll start with Revamp. So it'll be Revamp, yeah. Then Revamp get to pitch twice. Yeah, it's. See, when you go in here, there's really not a way for me on lineup to go over here, and I can't get over here to the right. So that rotation is kind of set, and I can't change it. I can bring those the starting pitchers in and pitch them in relief. So if I have a really long extra inning game, but I haven't figured out how to change to move these guys around. Because if you hit any of the buttons, it's just going to square sorts. So I sort by letter grade, and circle just takes me out. So there's really not a way to move it around. Is that so? I haven't had a shutout in so long. I held Texas A&M to 3 points last game of the regular season. So, anyway, looks like we're all done with that. If there's anybody else out there you want to go watch, Nasty Natty's doing NCAA basketball 10. Jimmy Tubalance is doing NCAA football. SOS Blaze has football. Fantastic has football. So if you guys want to go raid somebody, I can send you all off there before I go to bed. Otherwise, if you don't want to do a raid, Natty just raided Jimmy. Okay. So yeah, we could double raid Jimmy. I don't mind. I like dropping in. Plus, we can tell Jimmy that he hit his second home run of the year. So let's raid Jimmy. It for whatever reason, it just changed it into moderator. I don't know why it did that. So it really screwed up my page when I was trying to launch this. You too, Daniel. I'll see you in the morning, man. Hold on a second. It's going to let me do it on here. Yeah, I'm going to do it on my Steam Elements. All right, guys, you have a good night, too. I will see you guys either in the morning or evening or next time, if whatever that is, and we will go hit up Jimmy. And thanks for staying up late with me, and I'll catch you guys later.